All right, welcome everybody. We are here for the captain's meeting. Denise from sunny Saskatchewan. How are you
I'm
doing?
good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Yeah, we missed all the nasty storms in central Alberta yesterday, so we're happy. We got to
Yeah, and
watch them go around.
they blew by us too, so we're good.
Rindy's already on, ready for fishing. I hear you're making the trek out there, Rindy. That's awesome. I can't wait to hear the story of how long of a drive that is from where you live in BC.
That will be
So this is the captain's meeting for the Sask Coulee Classic. For anybody who hasn't made it out there yet, um, here, let's go like this. There's some big walleye out there, and from what Denise has told us for with the directors, we've got some. Apparently, you guys got some big fish coming in.
yeah. Can't wait. It's we just had the big walleye derby out here last weekend, and the big fish were just starting to turn on. So I've heard that it's been every day getting better and better.
Excellent. Well, let's kick it off, Denise. Why don't you hit us up with the rules first?
Okay, so our rules for the Coulee Classic, they're going to be pretty similar to our other tournaments. I can read through them pretty quick. Number one, of course, you need a valid Saskatchewan fishing license. So a lot of you coming from Alberta, you'll have to make sure you grab that online. If you're coming down the highway, you may see an AIS station to get your boat certified. Please do that. We're being told that there could be a vehicle inspector coming down to Herbert Ferry to check. So we want to make sure that those boats are all clean, drain, and dry, and keep our water body clear of anything we don't want in there. So be really diligent with that. All participants must attend a mandatory rules and safety meeting. That is right now. So hopefully you all watch this. We're not going to set any boundaries just because it's a river system. You can paddle as far as you want to go, but you have to be back on shore at 5 o'clock. We want everyone to launch from the same place and return to the same place. So that's the only stipulation for boundary situations. We want everyone to check in so we know you're on the water. You can do that on the app. There's I think it's on water is all you'd click. But I'll be there at the launch and you can just let me know you're off and away you go. The other thing, I said you need to be off, like at the shore 5 p.m. So plan your paddle or pedal back so you make it in time. Fishing must be done from a watercraft, which is human powered. That means pedal or paddle. You need to have federal regulations for safety. So you have to have a bailing system. You have to have a PFD. That is a requirement for all of our tournaments. Your PFD must be on at all times when you're fishing the tournament. So don't take it off because it's more comfortable. Let's see what else. So you're going to follow our Sask Fish and Wildlife regulations. You can find them on the website, saskatchewan.ca. Any fish mortality, that's something we've been talking about a lot. And it may happen. We had a really hot tournament last weekend, and we had some mortality with the Derby. So I hope we don't see any this weekend, but it's a possibility. So if you have a fish that doesn't make it, we've decided it needs to come right back to shore. You need to stop fishing immediately. There will be a cooler on shore with ice. You all know where that will be. Put the fish on there and we'll deal with it from there. Just so we're not wasting fish out there. We want to try and do the best practice for fish management. So as far as the tournament goes, there's going to be a 5 walleye limit. So your stringer of your best 5 walleye, the app will sort that out. There's a 7 fish limit for the multi-species, and the multi-species are 1 walleye, and the app will grab the walleye from your stringer, so it'll take your best walleye. 1 northern pike, 1 whitefish, 1 goldeye, 1 yellow perch, 1 burbot, and 1 sucker. So whoever obviously gets the most species wins the multi-species tourney within a tourney. So when you're entering your fish, you must take the fish picture on the bump board. Snout must touch the bump, and the tail can be pinched. You need to have the whole fish in the picture. You have to have your identifier tag in the picture, and belly to belly is the best way to get that done. Let's see what else we have here. Fish must be on top, which that would be helpful. Oh, and we ask that you keep a count of all the walleye caught, even if they're not going to end up on your stringer or if you're culling already. We want to submit that to fisheries with our CFE follow-up. The other thing to remember, this is our first tournament at Herbert Ferry. We're guests there, so we want to make sure that we act accordingly in the launch, on the water, and in the campground. We want to be able to come back. I think this is going to be a great tournament location. So please act responsibly on the water and off. You're representing Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail, so let's be on our best for that. If you see garbage on the water, pick it up, bring it in. We like to try and give back. Prizes will be awarded at the end. Any disputes, there will be a challenge option. If there is challenges, the final call will be at the tournament director. There'll be a couple of us there, so we'll work together to try and make those decisions. If there's any anglers that are caught cheating or falsifying fish entry pictures, they will be removed immediately, and not only from the Coulee Classic, but from any future Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail tournament things. So just keep it above the board and have fun out there. That's what it's about. We want everyone to have a good time. We want to grow the sport. We're going to have a lot of new anglers out there, so that's exciting. And the other thing that we really push is if you have a fish and you're finding that you have a big fish, get someone. If there's someone around you or you see someone getting a big fish, get over there and help them. Help them get that picture. Help them get the fish back in the water. And it's not something that we discourage at all. So we don't want you sharing fish, obviously, but definitely help someone out or ask for help if you need. So as far as the rules go, it's pretty basic. They're on the Fishing Chaos app, or reach out if you have any other questions or need clarification. So what else can I tell you? I guess I could
just quickly, Denise.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to say, with that, this is about having fun and helping each other out. So by all means, even if it's not a big fish, if you're new to the event, there's actually quite a few guys who have fished these events already. Talk to them and just say, hey, if you see me struggling on the water, can you come give me a hand? They'll be more than happy to come help you out. Doesn't matter if it's a 15-inch walleye or a 30-inch walleye. They'll be more than happy to come out and help you out. Denise, I just have to ask you a little question. Any reason why that isn't on your species list?
Because we're actually not allowed to have them on there. But so the thing about sturgeon, I do want to mention that it's on my thing. I might as well talk about it now. That's a sturgeon that my husband caught last week, I want to say, right here at Sask Landing in the marina. The sturgeon population has been really healthy. We're really pleased to see that, but they still are not a sport fish here in Saskatchewan. So there is a chance. There's been a couple 6-foot sturgeon caught down there this year, I believe, already in the bay at Herbert Ferry. If you catch a sturgeon, something that I would like to see, and I think the rest of the directors, we want this fish handled properly. These are pretty important fish that we need to handle properly. If you see that you've latched onto a sturgeon, go to shore. Don't try to deal with that fish in your kayak. It's probably the safest thing for you, safest thing for the fish. It could be a long fight. Do your best to get that fish to shore and get it released as quick as possible. You might want a picture. Try not to take it out of the water. Like these guys are doing, bend down, get a nice picture and let her go and get back in your kayak and get at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going to say too, if you do catch a sturgeon, if by chance you catch one, ask for help. Don't try and bring it in yourself. Don't try and do anything. Ask for help, because there's enough anglers out there. A lot of them will have pedal drives. They'll come over, grab hold of your kayak, and they will tow you to shore while you're trying to keep that fish. So please, by all means, if you do catch a sturgeon there, like Denise said, it's something we really want to be cognizant of. Don't lift it up out of the water. This is a perfect, this still, and the reason I grabbed this still was, this is perfect fish handling for a sturgeon. It is not out of the water. It's not being held up. The minute you hold these fish up, you're putting stress on their body that is not normal. And with these sturgeon, it's super important to handle them right. So get that help. Ask somebody to help you get to shore. And by all means, please take a hero shot like this in the water. And and don't ask. Oh, I'm just gonna put this up. Broden is talking. Yeah, he's not coming, so everybody's good.
Yeah.
Just before we go into a couple things, we had a question come up about identifier tag. If you don't have the identifier tag, Denise and I have talked about this for any of the new anglers. She's going to bring out a Sharpie, and instead of trying to manage and get that tag into the photo for you, she's going to give you a Sharpie to write your name and the code on your hand. And it'll just make it much easier for all the new people that are coming to us. You're not going to struggle trying to remember to get the fish on the board, the nose up, belly to belly, the angler tag. It automatically will be there. It'll be on your hand. So if you don't have a tag, don't worry. Denise will hook you up with a Sharpie, and you can write your name on there. Herbert Ferry, Denise.
Herbert Ferry. So
here, let me hide our camera.
on gravel about 20 minutes north of the number one. GPS may take you, if you're coming from Alberta, you're going to turn off at a town called Rush Lake.
Denise, I just realized they didn't hear anything you said when I did that.
Oh.
So I'll just do a shot of you and I'll do a shot of just you and the thing there.
Okay.
So
okay. I'll condense. So we moved the tournament from Sask Landing, where it was last year, because of the surf boat population. We had to fish September. September's slower fishing. So we wanted to get further downriver where fishing would be good at a decent time of year. So Herbert Ferry came up. We fished down there in the boat. I'd never been there by car. But when we went down, I was super pumped because there's a great little park there. There's a camp kitchen. There's a really nice protected bay that we can tuck into if it's windy. It's actually the location during the big walleye derby that was here last weekend, where a lot of the fish are taken out of. A lot of guys, there's 125 boats, and I'll guarantee you 100 of them go down here and fish. So I'm pretty excited to see what we can do with kayaks, and I think this tournament's just going to take off. The Herbert Ferry Park staff, not staff, but like the people that I've been dealing with there have been phenomenal. They're more than excited to have us there. They want to come out to all the events. So I think it's going to be a great event. I hope that everyone there in the area feel welcome to come by. We're going to have a barbecue. Friday, we're doing a kayak demo in the afternoon. I'm going to have 4 kayaks there. People can try them, ask questions. If you have a new kayak that you want to enter, bring it down Friday afternoon and we'll get you going. And we've got a couple guys there that can help us if I'm not familiar with your kayak. So Herbert Ferry is just, I think it's going to be I think we're going to rival the East Slope actually in a couple of years. So watch out. No,
That's a pretty bold statement.
well, go big or go home, right? So, no, I'm excited for this tournament. I'm excited for the anglers that are coming. Um, I think it's going to be great. I think it looks like great weather to get to Herbert Ferry. Your GPS is going to, if you're coming from Alberta, you're going to turn at a town called Rush Lake on the #1 highway and go north. And your GPS may tell you to take a dirt road. If you look to the right and it looks like a dirt road, don't take it. Keep going, and you'll hit a town called Main Center. There's nothing left of that town, but there's a sign that'll take you to Herbert Ferry. So don't entirely trust your GPS. If it looks like a dirt road, don't do it. We've had a lot of rain. Herbert Ferry has 0 cell service. So if you haven't registered before you get there, do it before you drop down into the valley. There's service right before you drop down. For using the app, that's going to be a little bit different because you'll be taking pictures on your phone's camera. So make sure you have that picture before you release the fish. Get the picture on your phone camera, and then we will all go on a little convoy once we're off the water, and we'll find service and we'll load everything on the app. So it won't exactly be a live leaderboard unless we happen to find service wherever we are on the water. So the app won't work as seamless as it usually does, but once we get everything loaded, it'll be sorted out. We'll do barbecue and prizes after that.
Yeah, so with that, for any of the new anglers, we need that EXIF data. So your location needs to be set to on, so that we can prove when the photo gets loaded up, it'll show the location on the lake. That needs to be there. We need the time. So as Denise said, so with the hours of the Derby, you can, the nice thing about using this app, and this is for any of the new folks with these apps, because it uses that XF data off of your phone, there's no possible way for you to go and catch a fish the night before or take a picture of it, because it'll tell us it's the night before and it will not allow it. So just with that, like Denise said, after you guys are done, we've had these issues before. A couple years ago at our trout derby, we had that issue running an app where everybody had to drive down the road, and it was loads of fun. So, yeah, Denise, I wish I could make this derby. I have a brand new Wilderness Recon sitting on its side in my garage, in my shop. I have the seat and the pedal drive still in boxes in my garage. I need to kind of rig that up before the East Slope next weekend, because I've really slacked this year and been too busy. So I've been fishing out of the Attack, either paddling, or at Lesser Slave I used my motor. So all of a sudden I realized, holy crap, I don't have a pedal drive.
Yeah, you got to have that at East Slope.
I'm feeling like Broden all of a sudden. I'm like, poor boy paddling. Okay, just let me scroll up. There's a couple things I wanted to touch on. So we talked about the angler tags. Joel really wants to know if there's an outhouse at the campground.
Really worried. There is an outhouse, Joel. There is. Well, so you'll be just fine.
Denise, I'm going to ask you to bring some Gatorade, just in case Joel has a rough night the night before. We learned this from one East Slope. Just outside his tent, set a bottle of Gatorade, and like his hand will sneak out and grab the Gatorade and come back in. So you'll be good.
Hey, I'll add that.
Rindy had an absolute great question here. So with the boat check certifications, like it's the exact same as we do in Alberta. So obviously an Alberta one won't suffice. They'll need the Saskatchewan one. What happens if they pull up and there isn't anybody at the station? Do you know?
You know what? We have a remote vehicle here at the landing, and she may come down with their remote station to Herbert Ferry. She was just kind of waiting to see what was going on at the landing. She moves around to 3 different provincial parks. So I'm in touch with her. If you don't hit a station, just make sure that you have your plug out that your boat is dry, that you have checked all your lines, that you've checked all your wells. Like, just make sure that you've done your due diligence, and that will be good. There is a boat check station on the #1 highway just outside of Medicine Hat. And there is one I know at Oyen, and that one would suffice if you were coming from Red Deer area.
Yeah, if you're coming through and you've got one from the Alberta government and you
It'll
don't
work.
find one there, you can at least show them that and say, listen, I've been traveling all along. Here's my certification of the last stop. So
Yeah, that would be fine.
yeah, no, that's perfect. Let's see what else we had. There was a couple other questions. Broden wants to help me drill holes in my kayak. Broden's talking smack because the SummerSlam has never been won by a pedal drive kayak. So that's coming from the SummerSlam has been run for 2 years, and 2-time champion Broden is a paddler. So, you know, there's what's Broden say?
Oh, that's actually changed again then, because they're ticketing boats right now for $150 tag. So I would just take your plug out just to be safe.
Yeah, in Alberta, if you read it, you are not allowed to be driving with a plug in your boat. So,
yeah.
No, that's great. Like I said, for any of the new anglers that are coming, Denise is there. I believe Dean's coming, who's another one of our directors. Gord Martin has been fishing these derbies for years with us. He's another great one. Joel Gotti. You know, we've got lots of anglers that are coming out. So please, you know, reach out to these guys. You guys are all going to meet up on Friday night, and if you see somebody on the water, ask them questions, get involved, and ask, because everybody will be willing to help. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers what we needed to cover for Herbert's. Is there anything else about Sask? Demo day you mentioned.
Yeah, we're gonna do a demo on Friday. Just for anyone that wants to find out about these boats, to find out about the trail. Anyone that has a boat or a paddleboard or anything they want to see if they could compete in, just come on down to the demo day, hang out, ask questions. I'm hoping, I don't know when Gord is coming in. Do you know, Mike?
I don't know, but I will get him to reach out to you.
Yeah, I'm hoping he might be there early enough that maybe he'll be around too. If you, the other thing I don't think I had written down is that pre-fishing ends at 6 p.m. So you have to be off the water Friday by 6 p.m. And if you happen to miss the kayak demo, but you are fishing the derby the next day, come find me. We will be in the tomorrow. You're there tomorrow?
He's going there. Gord took holidays, man. He's not stupid. If he's going to Sask, he's going to fish some amazing fishing. So,
hey, Gord, don't take my camp spot.
Yeah, I just got to post this. This is kind of an inside joke that's going on with the directors. I traded Joel last year for a Yak Attack stakeout pole, but he forgot to bring it to me, so I already have that one. He's just got to deliver it. And then Taryn said he had one, and I'm like, well, I'll take it because I wanted a second one for my son to have. And now, so Taryn's like, okay. And then next thing you know, Broden's in there trying to talk. So, oh yeah, you see, here's my boy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're screwed, bud. That's my boy right there. Yeah, no, bait. Joel asked about bait. Is there anywhere close by to get bait? Can they use bait in the river?
Okay, so here's the deal with bait. I actually I knew there was gonna be questions because there was some questions. We were arguing on the director's page about, it said no live bait, and then
what classifies as bait, as live bait, whether worms, leeches, or bait, that kind of stuff.
So okay, I went on the Saskatchewan website actually this afternoon, purposely because of this issue. So it says on there, live fish cannot be used. But in Saskatchewan, you cannot import leeches. If you want to use leeches, you need to show proof, or be able to show proof that those leeches were purchased in Saskatchewan. Other than that, you can use worms. Little wilderness.
yes, us wilderness folks stick together there, Broden.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so you can use frozen minnows, you can use worms, you can use leeches. Just make sure your leeches are bought in Saskatchewan. You can stop if you're coming down the number 1 highway. Canadian Tire sells leeches, the co-op sells leeches. Both are right on the highway as you go through.
And where are they picking those up? In Swift Current?
In Swift Current, yeah. Swift Current will be the closest city to
Okay,
Herbert.
so hold on. Let me hide our cameras for a sec and start this video. We'll see if it goes. Show and stream. All right, so there, as you're coming in, there's Swift Current there. So you can stop at Original Joe's, then you can go to McDonald's and grab 45 cheeseburgers for the weekend and a double at Tim Hortons.
Yep.
So where's your in Swift Current? Where's your Canadian Tire roughly?
Canadian Tire's right as you leave town on number 1, so at the very east end of town on the north side of the highway. Yeah, right about. Yep, right in there. No, back. Yeah, by that clover leaf. Yep, right there.
Yeah, so you got a Walmart there, everything. There's your Canadian Tire right there. So as anybody that's coming in, if you want to buy your bait, as you come into Swift Current, just right when you get to the number 4, you want to head north on number 4, and Canadian Tire's right up in there for you. So
yeah, and if you're coming from the north down the number 4 and you're coming through Sask Landing, our local marina has some of the best bait around. So you can pull into the park and stop at the marina and grab bait there as well.
Or you can just maybe sweet talk the director to bring out bait. I think maybe Denise might have a side hustle here. She's going to buy bait and upsell it to y'all. So
yeah, maybe. But so the one thing that is an issue out at Herbert Ferry, we have no power and we have no water. It's drinking water. It's dry land camping. So that's one thing that's really important to remember is bring all the water you think you might need, and bring your generators. We're allowed generators, solar panels, things like that. So for charging your electronics or keeping your bait cold, things like that, make sure you plan ahead.
Yeah. So with that, I wanted to say something. Now it just slipped my mind because I was just looking at the looking at the screen here, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, look at those shallow spots. Those would be good for pike.
Oh, say Herbert Ferry is a regional park, but they are not going to require us to have regional park passes. They're only going to charge us for the $10 camping per night. So just so everyone knows, don't go and buy a regional park pass. If you already have a Saskatchewan regional park pass, that's great, but you don't have to buy one for this. And we're gonna have bump boards too, right? Like there's some being sent out. If for anyone that doesn't have,
I think Gord, you're watching. I think you have some bump boards to bring out. Yeah. So Broden vouches for the marina, bought bait, brought back bait to Alberta as we had no minnows. I hope they weren't the ones with the zebra mussels.
No. Oh, that's really kind, Broden. You don't know me well.
Ouch. That hurts me to the soul, man. I thought we were buddies. I gave you stuff to fix fly rods and fly lines, and you hurt my soul. Well, Denise said it. Gord wrote it again. If you are going to this derby, make sure you have your Saskatchewan fishing license. I don't know, Denise, are they able to buy like a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day type thing, or do they have to buy a yearly?
Yeah, they have a something like that. Like I don't know the denomination of days, but yeah, I believe there's a. I thought there was a 3-day. Don't quote me on that, but it's online. Okay, Dwayne, 2 bump boards. Well, Gord, are you on here?
Well, we'll see. I might have to.
Might have to.
1 day, 3-day, and a year. Both Rindy and Gord have said so.
Okay, they checked into it.
Yeah. So there you go. Oh, there you go, Denise. You're high enough in the friends list to be giving shit and throw it back at Mike. Oh,
No,
he hurts my soul. That's
man.
all good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to. Anybody else heading from Alberta, if you're going to be kind of passing down Red Deer way, maybe get hold of me and I can try and hook you up with a few more boards or something.
Hmm.
But no, it sounds like it's going to be a great derby.
Yeah.
I, I'm very torn on the Sask Derby all the time because I know that I'm gonna go out your way and come fishing with you guys at one point.
Yep.
But I really don't know if I want to hit open water, if I want to hit hard water with you guys. So
Hard water's pretty awesome.
hard water's pretty cool. We might have to do a hard water kayak derby where you got to drill holes, sit in your kayak and fish. That might be the Sask Landing Derby. So
Yeah, that would be the thing. We'll go for some nice pike. No,
yeah,
it's a great fishery. I'm excited for everyone to experience it out here. And I'm really like some of the local guys I talked to, they were like, well, we were gonna just, come and watch and sit on shore this year and just see what it's about. And then they saw more posts and they were like, maybe we should jump in. And then I offered someone a kayak. And so having these local derby guys out there is gonna be awesome because they know the fish that are out there.
I'm just gonna throw these two up one after another, so it looks like Rindy and Broden are fighting with each other.
Broden, you're
Well,
not even going to be here to defend yourself.
yeah, yeah. You're talking to a bunch of wilderness folks on here right now. Out of everybody that's chatted so far, Joel's in a wilderness. Denise is in wilderness. I'm wilderness. Rindy's wilderness. Gord's wilderness. I haven't seen a Hobie guy chime in unless Dwayne's got a Hobie, maybe.
I don't know what he has.
Other than that, yeah, no, it's going to be a great derby. Encourage everybody to get out there. Oh yeah, just like
all sheep.
We're all sheep, but hey, you know what? At least our CEO knows how to back up his RV to unload a boat without it going into the water like somebody else. So, there you go. Dwayne's got two Hobies, so at least you'll have some Hobies out there. So that'll be good to see.
All right, we'll have some Hobies. That'll be good. So yeah, I'll only have Wildies at the demo. So if there's anyone else that wants to bring a different boat, then that'll be a learning curve. But the one thing I didn't mention is our barbecue is sponsored. So you don't have to bring any cash for the barbecue. Redhead Equipment is doing the full thing for us. So big shout out to Redhead and the rest of our sponsors. I mean, it wouldn't happen without them. So we've got
absolutely and
Dakota and High Caliber.
Dakota Lithium.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
So for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, on the table will be a 23 amp hour Dakota Lithium battery, 12 volt battery. That'll run any fish finder you got for days. And there'll also be a Powerbox 10, which is a 10 amp hour battery that's built into a little box that's got USB plugs, lights, cigarette lighter adapters, everything. They're the perfect thing for every kayak angler. I'm really hoping I get a chance to get my hands on one of those at one of our derbies, just because it'll charge your phone, it'll run your fish finder, it'll do everything for you. It's got lights for your camping, so it's absolutely great. Oh,
they're awesome. More Hobies coming. Oh yeah, Michelle's coming too.
Oh no, no more Hobies. Michelle, you have to stop and pick up a wilderness if you want to fish. There's only allowed 2 Hobies in this derby. That's it.
Yeah, and then we've also got High Caliber Lures. They're a Saskatchewan lure company, and they are just killing it. They've got some awesome things. So we've got a full tackle tray from them for our multi-species prize. And then I just had another sponsor, local guy. He's in the cabins here, actually dropped off a bunch of lures for us too from Sask Landing Fishing Adventures. So thank you, Tom, for that.
It's amazing. The people out in Saskatchewan and Manitoba have stepped up and made this derby. For those who are going, you'll see when you get there what I'm talking about at the caliber of prizes Denise has for you guys. I'm super jealous about it because you guys have some absolutely amazing prizes coming your way for this derby. Yeah, Broden. Yeah, I know I have to beat Ben. I think I've beat him at one derby so far. So I take that as a win as a dad that my 11-year-old, soon to be 11-year-old, still 10. Yeah, my 10-year-old son can beat me kayak fishing. So that means I've raised him well.
Yep, for sure.
He's not like Broden. He hasn't bought a house. He's
Or a
not like
jack.
Hayden. He hasn't bought a house. So he still fishes.
Still fish. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Broden just has the answer right there.
Or just take his prize. Oh, dad
Yeah,
tax.
the dad tax. See, and my kids didn't believe dad tax is real. Broden now says it.
That's it. Yeah. Speaking of kids, everyone who registers before midnight tonight is getting a prize pack from my own kids' merchandise, KJF Fishing. So he's donated a hat and hoodie, I think. I got to check what he let his little fingers off of. So, but yeah, so get your registrations in.
Yeah, there you go. So register before midnight tonight, and you're entered into winning that prize from Caden. I wish he was fishing this derby so that an Alberta boy could take hometown advantage from him and beat him. But whatever,
He'd be ripped off.
Oh, he would be so mad.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. So now let's talk about a couple other little things that we've got here. The SummerSlam. Denise, are you doing the SummerSlam?
Well, I registered.
Well, yeah. Well, so did I. I think I have one pike and one trout on there, but you know what? It's good. I like to donate my money to my fellow anglers.
Yeah, exactly. No, it didn't pan out this year, but there's still lots of time left.
So we just finished challenge 2, whitefish. Oh, hold on here, Joel.
No.
Your minimum size on species, nothing. They're allowed whatever.
Our minimum will be your maximum in Alberta.
Oh, Joel. Ooh, shots fired across the bow, buddy. That hurts. That hurts a little bit for Albertans. Yeah, so the last challenge SummerSlam, Dean Chapman just hammered some whitefish.
Crazy.
It hurt my soul. But for you Sask folks, here, let me hide me and Denise's cameras. For you Sask folks, this is your month. Yellow perch, northern pike. You guys have this. I mean, come on. So it is yellow perch, northern pike, longest stringer, 3 fish per species. So you're allowed 3 pike and 3 perch to go into this competition. So your best 3 pike you submit during the month, the way it works is they're able to actually look at what you've submitted during the month and pull those best 3 of each species. So it's amazing. The prize pack, Anchor Wizard. So you've got the Anchor Wizard deployment system. You've got the tight line anchor, and you have an amazing handmade prize pack from Getting Hooked Fishing Lures. These guys make some amazing lures. Right now, they're all locked up at my house except for a couple of them, and I promise I'll bring the rest of them to East Slope, but it's going to hurt me a lot to bring them. So that's your challenge for all of you folks running right now. Oh, and Wow.
Broden. Thought we were friends.
No, well, just wait. The gauntlet has just been thrown down.
I guess I better get fishing.
You know what? You just better get Caden out there in his boat and
I better.
get Caden out in a kayak, and Broden will have to eat crow.
Yeah, we'll have to do that because Caden sure finds those ones.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, so does Broden, and I've seen the pictures that Broden's posted, and maybe not everybody else has. It's some pretty amazing pike that he caught in the last little bit.
Yeah, they were.
So SummerSlam, new challenge. Get out there, hammer your yellow perch, hammer your northern pike, 3 of each species. So get that up and going. With that, I just wanted there's a couple things, and we've had lots of questions, lots of comments on this. So I just want to clarify. When you are uploading your fish into the SummerSlam, if your fish that you're uploading isn't better than your top fish for the quota that you're allowed, it's not even going to upload it. It's not going to save it. So SummerSlam, these things will auto cull. So if you've got bigger fish for whatever we've allowed for numbers, if you've got that many fish that are bigger already registered with the SummerSlam, that fish will not even register. So though anything that's smaller than what you've got for your quota, it's not even going to show up in there. You'll find it in your own. If you go in, you can look and see your catches. If you go into there, you'll find it. But other than that, it's not going to show up in the leaderboards just because of the simple fact that you've already got bigger fish submitted. With that, when you are submitting entries, 1/4 inch increments. If it's over 1/4, but it's less than 1/2, you always round down. So if it doesn't hit the 1/2 inch, it's 1/4. If it doesn't hit the 3/4 inch, it's a 1/2 inch. So we need to make sure of that. Last year, the app we were using with Anglers Atlas, it was in centimeters, so it did this weird conversions for us. This year, we're doing it all in the I don't know. I honestly don't know many people that go by metric when they're measuring fish or anything like that. It's all in inches. So, please just be cognizant of your measurements, that you're going by that 1/4 inch. If it doesn't hit the next 1/4 inch, please round it down. We've got 7 people on our board of directors, and when anything's coming up in the SummerSlam, that kind of stuff, we're going to be reviewing it and say, okay, yeah, no, we're going to go in, we're going to make that amendment and drop it down. Other than that, it's been an amazing year so far. A ton of great tournaments, some amazing fish. Sadly, we are, I'm going to hide Denise and I's video for a sec. We are losing one of our longtime anglers, and it very much hurts me to play this for you all, but I want to play this, and I'm hoping the audio will come through for you guys. If it doesn't, I'm going to put my microphone as close as I can. So here's what we got brought for you from everybody on behalf of the WCKFC. I know when you're at the show, we're looking for one of these sweaters. You guys want one of these? I believe, if I'm not mistaken. In case you get older or back home, you get your name. Your name on it. All right, that's for you, sir. Couple lures on behalf of Broden there. And the last final, something for you to remember us all by. Broden's put a lot of effort and time into this. Not really. Oops. Don't want to drop it. So our good friend and longtime angler Tim Norman is heading. He's doing the jump back across the pond, and Tim, you're gonna be missed. Every one of us have so enjoyed spending time fishing with you.
Yeah.
Uh, it, it pains me to see you go, my friend. You were probably one of the kindest anglers we've seen out on the water. Everybody absolutely loved you.
Mhm.
You're yeah, you're gonna be missed so much. Tim got the opportunity to go back home and spend time with his mom, who's elderly. So uh, nobody's ever going to say anything bad about that, Tim. But please know, as you leave, um, everybody with the Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail, our hearts and souls go with you, my friend. You're going to be greatly missed. And if you ever decide you want to make a trip back, uh, come to the East Slope, come to any one of the fishing derbies. I guarantee you, every person that's a member of the derby will gladly give you a spare kayak or give up their kayak for you to come and fish with us. You're going to be sorely missed. Tim is a great angler. He's a great friend to all of us, and we're going to miss you, my friend. It's one of those sad things we never wanted to see come. So Tim was his last in-person derby was actually the Ruby's Gator Classic up at Mosier Lake. So Denise and Flynn kind of had a little send-off for him there. I honestly wish we could all be with you. And Tim, just know that you're not ever allowed to stop talking to any of us, and we really want to see pics of the fish back home. You are what this tournament was about. Never anything but a kind word out of your mouth, and you are a hell of a kayak angler. You've won derbies, and you've fished your heart out. You've been there, and we all love you, buddy, and we're gonna miss you so much.
Yeah.
So
Well
yeah,
said.
with that, I don't know what else I can say, Tim. You're gonna be missed, bud.
Yeah. Won't be the same.
It will not be the same without having our English friend with us. If you ever decide that you want to send over a keg of real Guinness, we will gladly accept it, though.
For the East Slope, right? Yeah.
Well, no. I just meant for me.
Oh, I know. I was thinking more.
Now, well, Joel wants Broden to move back home. I'm not sure which one of our directors said it, but this is the unanimous statement from all directors that Tim, you're going to be missed, and we wish you all the best. We wish you and your wife happiness. I can't say it enough. You know you're moving back home to help out your mother. It shows the type of man you are. So thank you for that, Tim. We
Yeah.
all of us are better for knowing you. Other than that, Denise, I wish I was there this weekend, but you guys have so much fun at the Coulee Classic this year.
Yep. It's gonna be
It's going to
good.
be an absolutely great time. And if you haven't already registered for the East Slope, please get on there and register right away. We are looking at doing food again for one of the nights from a caterer, not just us directors cooking your burgers. So bring Imodium because some of these directors are sketchy. You might get some. You might need Imodium from our burgers. But yeah, so we're bringing the caterer in for Saturday night. So please register. If you're going to be registering later because you need to wait for whatever reason to register and pay, just please reach out to us and let us know, because we need to let the caterer know how many people are coming out for Saturday night. Other than that, Denise, good luck with your derby this weekend. I can't wait to see some monster walleye picks, because I know we're going to see them. I can't wait to see the pike. And hopefully it's an absolutely amazing weekend weather-wise for you guys. And for everybody else, next Wednesday will be the East Slope Captains meeting. We're already at the East Slope Classic.
Wow.
Where's the year gone?
I don't know.
We've got the Coulee Classic, the East Slope Classic, and the Cold Lake Classics. Nothing but classics left. It's the Old Timers Club now we're coming up to. So let's see what's going on. Broden says this is home. Absolutely, Broden, you are home. And just for Denise, hey, Team Wilderness.
Weldy.
We'll throw that up there. Good luck, everybody, this weekend. And be sure to register for the East Slope Classic right away. The Cold Lake Classic, absolutely amazing derby. You're fishing for lake trout on Cold Lake. We limit it down to French Bay, but the first year we did it, we had a 36-inch lake trout pulled out. So, you know, you've got the opportunity at these last 3 in-person derbies for anybody that's running for Angler of the Year. We've got the opportunity for you guys to have some amazing fish to be caught that's going to do amazing jobs for you. Yeah, Joel, we're all going to miss him. Absolutely, we're going to miss Tim. But yeah, we've got the East Slope Classic. We've got the Cold Lake Classic. But most of all, this weekend, Sask Coulee Classic. You're going to be hanging out with Denise.
Yep.
I'm going to suggest at the barbecue, maybe you kind of go over and chat with Brian, find out where the fish are. Because Denise and Caden have never caught a sturgeon, but apparently Brian caught it on a lightweight tackle. So
yep.
Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to just follow Brian. So when they show up to East Slope, just follow Brian.
Go with Brian. It's every time. Brian and Ben.
There you go. And there's Broden already talking about for when we go up for Cold Lake, you know, reach out to him. So we will have many more chats ahead of that. There you go. Right. Yes, Randy, Broden charges for his clinic. It costs you 1 recon. You must paddle a Jackson for a day. Oh no, wait. It's just a beer.
A beer. Just a
All right, good luck to everybody this weekend. We all wish we could be out there this weekend. It's going to be an amazing tournament. And Denise, I cannot wait to see the pictures. Everybody else, get on, register for the East Slope. We need to see registrations because we need to know by the end of business day Friday how many people we got coming so we can order food. So if you're still on the fence, or if you know you're going to register but something's holding you back from registering yet, please reach out to the Western Kayak Fishing Trail. Let us know you're coming so that we can make sure that there will be food for you. Otherwise, we might be short for food on the catered day on Saturday night. Other than that, I don't think anything says it better than this. Good luck,
guys.
Have a great fishing derby, and we will see you all in exactly 1 week and 5 minutes, because the East Slope one will be at 8 p.m. next Wednesday. So good luck to everybody. Have fun, drive safe, and